Welcome to another episode of Take a Bite out of South Florida. I'm Shayna Wizov, and I am here with Ali Kaufman and Chef Blake Malatesta, and we are at the Hub at Space of Mind in Downtown Delray Beach. And we're going to we'll talk about the Hub at Space of Mind. We'll talk about something called the Community Classroom Kitchen and the Community Classroom Project, which Ali is the founder and CEO of, and Chef Blake is the founding chef of this nonprofit and community project. So Ali, tell us more about the Community Classroom Project and the kitchen.
Sure. So Community Classroom Project is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and our mission is really to use the creative arts to reduce learning and life stress. And the Hub at Space of Mind is our headquarters, and we are launching in January the new commercial teaching kitchen, which is a long time coming.
Big project.
This is 4-year-long construction nightmare, if you will.
But it's completed.
We are just about to get our stages. Yes, we are waiting on one custom order window, and then we can do our inspections. And it's funny, the day Blake and I met for the first time was maybe the worst day of the construction project. And he meets me, and I'm like crying and screaming, and
it's gonna be okay.
Perfect first impression.
We're gonna get through
right?
this together.
Right?
We're gonna get through this together.
I mean,
little did he know we're here.
Yeah.
We're about
4 years later.
launch. Yeah.
And the kitchen is it's big. How big is it?
Yeah, it's 1,000 square feet, and it's a full commercial teaching kitchen. And it is attached to this amazing, black. We call it the lunch box.
Yes.
So it's like a lunchroom and black box theater, an extension of the classroom. And we've got this huge event space here at the Hub at Space of Mind. So we are excited. The Community Classroom Kitchen has sort of launched quietly over these last couple of years. We kicked off with the meal box project during COVID. Yep. Which is going to come back. We're really excited about bringing that back.
Explain that a little bit further.
So do you want to tell about it?
The meal box program, it's kind of like, I guess like Bomba Socks kind of thing, where if you purchase a meal box and then we donate one.
Oh, okay.
It is it's a chef-curated box. There's several different meals to choose from. But what's great about this versus, like, let's say Blue Apron or something like that is it's more about it is about having a tasty meal, obviously, but it's really truly about bringing everyone in the family together into the kitchen, where it will involve social skills, involve wellness, involve education, and then just again using cooking and using culinary arts to bring that kind of togetherness into the kitchen.
I love that. That's really beautiful.
Yeah. So we launched during COVID, and we actually fed 1,500 underserved families. We sold a little over 3,000 boxes until we had to take a pause.
Right.
And so we're bringing that back. We've got the Mason Jar Munchies. So we've got a bunch of entrepreneurship projects that are already in play, and then will be coming out of the kitchen that our students and young adults who are in our programs will be doing. So we've got Mason Jar Munchies. We've got a line of hot sauces that are going to actually, if you come to the Pub at the Hub party in January, you'll get the first samples.
Ooh. And we'll talk about the Pub at the Hub in a little bit.
Yeah.
But that sounds
it's going to be great. So we've been building this collective of chefs and restaurant groups and food entrepreneurs and culinary instructors over the last couple of years, leading up to, we thought we would have been open already, leading up to the opening. And this will be a place, for chefs to come for pop-up chef's table dinners, documentary and a dinner. So we'll screen a documentary and eat a themed dinner and talk about it.
That's a great idea.
Family dinners, like how many families don't know how to sit down and just have a family dinner without their cell phones or iPads or fights? So we're going to be doing a lot of that.
Lost thing, having family dinner.
Yeah. So, and then obviously like cooking classes and parties and, fun events. We're going to have a television production studio in the kitchen, so we can create content that we can use, and it's going to be really cool.
So people can rent it for
Yep.
a party. This whole space could be
The
rented.
whole space,
for-
the whole building
Hub
is
at
a
Space
huge
of Mine is
venue.
basically like a community event
Yeah.
venue, and there's
Yeah.
different rooms, and remember we did the sushi event that I hosted a little bit a few months ago. That was so much fun.
So fun.
There's so many, and it's so colorful and bright and fun in here, and it's like you're just happy walking into this place. Like right now, the room that we're in, you can kind of see from here, but we've got like yellow walls and murals, and it's so cool in here. It's the first time I walked in here, I was like blown away.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's meant to be a place that makes you inspired to learn and create and step out of your comfort zone, and so that's what's really fun about it. You know, during the day, it's an extension of our schoolhouse through Space of Mind. So there's students in here, and then it's also this creative community center that can kind of morph into different things for different programs.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
It
really.
sure can.
And now with the kitchen, and there's so much more can happen here.
Yeah.
Cooking classes, dinners, and just so much. It's exciting. I'm glad that it's finally coming to fruition after all these years. Your project is so, it's like your like a ton of weights lifted off your shoulder.
I think I'm going to take our contractor off on a vacation to celebrate when we're done.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's like quite the project.
Yeah, but it's exciting because there's nothing like this in our area.
Nothing.
And one of the things that is really important right now, especially with college being unattainable for so many, and the traditional degree not being everything that it used to be.
Right.
The culinary industry has, since COVID, needed to be reinvented a little bit in terms of it being a healthy and safe work environment. Right. It's not restaurant kitchens aren't traditionally known for being the most supportive environments, I would say. And so that's another big mission that we have through this program, is to improve the mental wellness in the culinary industry. We've got a podcast that called Herd Mentality, that's really talking about that. And herd is like a kitchen call out, but also like the kind of crew and community vibe, and trying to create a workforce for the future of the culinary industry, and giving really creative kinesthetic learners who might not be the traditional higher education student, but who could have this amazing entrepreneurial creative career in culinary arts. And there's so many new opportunities in the field, so we're really mostly excited to be able to contribute to this industry.
And giving these kids an avenue and that they may otherwise not really have access to.
And honestly, like, I owe everything in my career to the restaurant industry. It was the greatest training ground I had to do the work I'm doing running an educational company. Go figure.
What did you do?
I actually opened a whole bunch of cheesecake factories and
definitely didn't know
worked
that about you.
Yeah, so that's why it's so close to my heart, because in the restaurant industry you learn so much about people. Right? It's quite voyeuristic in a way. Like, everyone lets their guard down around food, and you're working alongside people that you're very intimately aware of and friends with. But you're also practicing really important skills like working memory. And that's where I really honed my ability to multitask, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of really important things that came out of that industry in that time for me. And I think I try to hire people who've worked in restaurants.
Because that they have a specific mentality and work ethic. So that's interesting. I didn't know that about you. Fun fact.
Yep.
So cool.
Sometimes I still fantasize about going back. Just be a server.
Right. It's monotonous.
My favorite job ever was Expo at Cheesecake. Yeah, it's really fun.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So Blake, talk about it from your perspective as the founding chef of this program, and how have you seen things evolve since you've since this started?
This was for me, this was like Ali will make it sound like I came in and I helped everything, but this was actually a shining light for me because coming from culinary, coming from a diverse background of different venues and areas of this industry, from Michelin star, James Beard Award restaurants, resorts, B&Bs, from here and in Europe. The one thing I think that was always lacking is culture, and that's actually a huge word right now. And I think in the culinary industry is culture, and we've been trying to still. You've been stoking that way before I met you, but I mean these last 4 years, that's been the driving force of what we're trying to do here. Is culinarily wise is bring that kind of culture into the culinary arts, where it is about mental health, where it is about support, where it is about communication, where it is about learning stress triggers, and that's going through all of this with the meal box program, and again all these entrepreneurial things we're trying to do is bringing chefs in and bringing students together and creating hopefully this community where it gets better. Maybe not, over in an instant,
Right.
but over time, in a generation, it could affect a lot of people. And I think, I get goosebumps thinking about that. I think that's monumental,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that was really cool, the first night we did the Chefs Collective, and we had, I don't know, almost 50 chefs,
yeah, we
and
had
it was like
ton of people.
the most amazing energy in the room, and everyone came and said the same thing, that you were, first of all, nobody had ever seen as many chefs as there were in one room, because it's really hard to get restaurant people together,
That was
right?
It was all like from all over Palm Beach County.
And Miami did.
And
We had,
Miami,
at Broward, it was really a great night, and the buzz in the room was that everybody that's been in the business has wanted to do something like this. They want to give back. They want to teach. They want to inspire the next generation of culinarians. They want to be a part of the community. But the industry sucks you up, so it's hard to hold on and facilitate those things that you've wanted to do when you're like just trying to keep up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're excited to fill that niche because we can do all the heavy lifting and provide all the space and the avenue to meet so many people in the community, and all different types of people in the community. That's a really big, important piece for us.
Not just chefs.
Right.
We had culinary instructors, catering instructors, food safety. Food safety inspector, like a couple of those girls were here the other day. Just crazy things.
Wow. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's great when you can get that so many people in the community together at one time.
Yeah.
And
it was really cool.
Just
it was
to see,
very cool.
just like you said, the buzz in the room, the energy, and it's like so positive to be around.
Yeah, and it's one of those industries that doesn't really stop. So when you get a chance to infuse something special, I think that it'll go a long way. And we're just at the very beginning of what we will be able to do in terms of supporting restaurant teams and the industry as a whole. But right now our focus is launching the core programs, relaunching the Meal Box Project, launching these family dinners with families from all different parts of our community, and every family right now is at risk, right? Like, it doesn't matter your wealth demographic or anything. It's just every family right now is struggling to communicate and to be well together, right?
And this gives
just
them
spend
an
that time,
opportunity,
yeah.
and to just meet people in the community and make connections and make new friends, and just I love it.
I think the community dinner is a big thing.
That's
That's one of my
amazing.
all of the everything we do is exciting, but when we get that kicked off and we have all these people in this place, I think
that's going to be amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's so great. So I want to, just for people listening who might not be familiar with, you mentioned earlier the school that you have culinary students. So give me just for, some people who may be listening that aren't familiar with Space of Mind and this type of schooling program that you have.
Yeah.
Let's give a little bit of an overview there.
So Space of Mind is a very non-traditional educational services company. We have our core service is the schoolhouse, and it's a full-time, non-traditional schoolhouse. We're actually homeschooling the kids here. And we do a lot for homeschoolers in other places, write curriculum and offer different types of programs virtual as well. But long before COVID made pods the norm, I figured out how to create a school without technically being one. So we're able to meet our students where they are, and we're able to teach around their interests. And our brain doesn't retain information if we're not interested in it. So it's really important to use creativity to stoke the imagination, and that's how we remember things. That's how we want to engage and participate. And, the traditional school is eliminating creativity almost everywhere. And that's the problem. Most kids can't function without it. We need to be inspired. Humans need to be inspired. And I think it's important that we infuse that into all avenues in the learning process. So Space of Mind Schoolhouse is a full-time K through 12 program. We also have our gap year program for young adults who've graduated high school and are entering the workforce, or want to launch a business, or need some extra time to learn how to adult.
I still need.
There's a lot of adults. There's a lot of adults who need that too. And we have camp and after school and all kinds of stuff. We're actually launching family retreats in January, where we're going to do curated family vacations.
Yes.
Who doesn't want to come to Delray and as a family do some bonding, maybe write your own family anthem, or create a mural together, or learn how to cook from one of the top chefs in South Florida, and go back home and have these skills. We have a whole home ec classroom. You can learn how to make a bed, how to fold a towel, how to do laundry, how to do the dishes. So we're launching this program to give families another cool thing to do in Delray when they come visit.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen or heard of anything like that's really, really cool. So it really is all about community and creativity and inspiration and family, and there's so many good messages coming from this.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you for explaining all of that for Space of Mind, because it is it's very, very different, very non-traditional. So I like to make sure people understand exactly the core of what's going on here in this area. And then Chef Blake, tell me a little bit more about your culinary background. For those who aren't familiar with you and your million places.
There's a lot, I came to Florida for college, and then believe it or not, a traditional education. But eventually I was working in an externship in a financial building in a financial company. And they didn't really, I think about maybe 6 or 7 months into it, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This isn't for me. But I always cooked. It actually paid my way through college after a couple scholarships. But so I just fell back into that. I did a couple years abroad, traveled through some really cool spots, and again from Michelin star restaurants to 5-star resorts to local mom and pop spots, from washing dishes to turning vegetables to learning how to cook, and all the way into running kitchens and the financials behind businesses and restaurants. For Delray, what brought me over here was Ocean's Property Limited when they purchased Boston's on the Beach. And we were on the West Coast. We were in Tampa at the time, me and my wife, and we drove over here one night, and it was probably, I'd say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So everything was dead, but the white lights on the trees are on, and we're driving. I'm like, this is nice. I like this.
I like this area.
I could see that. I could see us living here. Anyways, I accepted the job. I worked at 50 Ocean for 5 years.
You made me many, many, many meals at 50
Yeah,
Oceans.
yes, I did. I
good.
remember. The goal, ownership's goal was to make it one of the premier seafood dining spots on the water without the stigma of, oh, well, it has an ocean view, so we can, it's going to be packed regardless. But we
Right.
wanted the quality to meet the atmosphere. I think we did that. We got a lot of accolades from South Florida and top restaurants and all that as well. After that, we ventured out and I did my own thing out west at a restaurant MIA, Kitchen and Bar. I worked with Jody Swank. I've been working with Jody Swank and Darren Swank for years at Swank Farms. I was honored to be one of the farm chefs for a season. That was great. Four Seasons. I did a couple stints at the Four Seasons. Traveling up in Palm Beach Island, and I was very graciously asked to help work on projects outside of the area and travel and open up kitchens there. I did consulting for a good while. I met Allie, and this is when I fell in love with Space of Mind, and she was talking about the future of this building it was just white at the time. I remember when it was being built, this whole thing.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm totally in. So that worked out well. And then I actually during COVID, I ended up consulting with the Wine Room Kitchen and Bar to help them kind of bring back their culinary program and figure out exactly where they wanted to go for branding for food and all that. And they enjoyed the job I did so much. They asked me if I could stay on board, and I said yes. I graciously said yes. So I'm there now. It's an amazing company.
Love it there.
A beautiful
So
spot,
good.
very unique. I didn't really want to get back into restaurants, to be honest with you. I did that because it was very unique. It was a lot different than a standard four-wall, come in, sit down.
Right.
There's just that monotony of that. And that's always been a trigger for me about trying to change that, in the restaurant. And I'm still working on that. But that restaurant was, that space was very unique. And so I took the job there, and I'm still there now, and I'm doing this.
And the food's fantastic. I love the wine room.
It's okay, yeah.
I love it.
I think it's the best salmon in all of Delray.
I don't think I've had the salmon. I go for brunch. My boyfriend and I are like there almost every Sunday. We've been traveling, but we love going on Sunday for brunch. And now you have the new brunch, so we have to
I
check
haven't.
it out. And they have a great
check out
happy
the new
hour,
brunch.
and then just being able to go in and try a little bit of wine with the machines, and gotta
so
go on
fun.
Wednesdays, ladies, double and get your
Yes.
they match your price. It's such a great spot. But yeah, you've got quite the culinary. They've been all over the place,
A little bit.
and you have your New Orleans background.
I'm from La Place, Louisiana. So it's, people are like, oh, I love New Orleans. I go, go 45 minutes, go 45 minutes west until your ankles are in swamp. And that's where I live. So
But you've got that NOLA cuisine.
Yeah.
So, and
Love
that
it.
brings us into this amazing event that you guys are planning, January 20th, Pub at the Hub.
Yeah.
This is an annual event that you do to raise money for the Community Classroom Project.
Yep.
And this year's theme is
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. So we're bringing in all the New Orleans food, and we're having a party. Beads
It's gonna
and
be
all.
amazing. It's gonna be so amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So tell me more about Pub at the Hub and how this started. And
Well, we wanted to come up with an annual event that wasn't like, a stiff gala. It was funny. I was actually talking to somebody today who mentioned that she felt like it was a big house party.
That's the best kind of
right?
party.
Like it was just, you were like
That's
welcoming
awesome.
her into
Yeah.
our home. And it was like, and that's kind of the vibe we wanted. We wanted something that felt like just where you could come and meet new people, and you weren't sitting at your table the whole night, and it wasn't like a formulaic event, and a way to really showcase the creativity in this space, right? So this is our third one. We took a small break during COVID, and so we're really excited. The Pub at the Hub features, we've got chefs from, I think, we're at like 12 or so.
Something like that, yeah.
Top of the top.
Big name chefs.
Local chefs and restaurants. We've got about 20 artists, professional artists, and then a bunch of student artists from not just Space of Mind, but from Achievement Center, EJS Project, Milagro Center, a couple of the other local schools. We've got 4 bands this year and a DJ. We're
So
super
fun.
stoked.
Oh, that's awesome.
We've got Girlfriend Material,
So
who are
fun.
like one of the best
Love.
bands, and Bill Muter and the Dixieland Jazz Band are going to do a second line through the in the middle of the party, which is going to be amazing. We've got Staff Infection, which is our staff band here at Space
how
of
cool.
Mind, and they actually are all professional musicians
That's
as well
amazing.
as full-time coaches here, so they rock.
That's
And
amazing.
our student band, Dust Bunnies, is going to open the show. And the event is just really fun. We've got really cool interactive entertainment. We have a magician that's going to be here, somebody that's painting the artist's guests. A really amazing raffle. We do the raffle super unique. All the prizes are stored behind the lockers. And you just pick your locker and you win whatever's in that locker.
So it's a little surprise.
It's a surprise raffle.
That's
yeah.
cool. That's very
It's really
fun.
fun.
I like
And we've
that.
got some great raffle prizes so far. And we're super excited. We're raising money to launch the programming through Community Classroom Kitchen. Last year's event, we raised about $75,000 to push us through finishing the construction, which ended up being about 3 times what we estimated because, thanks COVID and Florida contractors. But yeah, so we're really excited to raise money this year to actually put the programs into fruition.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's going to be really incredible.
So it's January 20th.
January
right
20th.
Here at the Hub at Space of Mind.
7 p.m. till midnight this year. We're
Okay.
doing a little late night after party. We've got the Voodoo Lounge. We'll be
Fun.
open late. And it's a great time.
That's amazing.
So,
and how
yeah.
much are tickets? How do people?
So tickets are, if you bring a crew of 10, then it's $125 a ticket. You can also do a VIP package, which includes that exclusive Voodoo Lounge, where there's going to be different shot specials every hour. There's going to be its own dedicated bar, different kinds of vibe in that room. And so the tickets are between $125 and $250 if you go the VIP route. And then, we're just super excited.
Cool. And there's going to be food from who are some
Oh
of
my
the
God,
chefs involved?
so much food.
We got
Let's talk about the food.
Yeah.
New Orleans food, so good.
So much food.
Where we got Jimmy Everett coming from Driftwood. He's doing a crawfish boil risotto.
Oh,
Who else? We have Jesse Steele coming. We got we have Red Pine and Farmer's Table. Bruce
Wonderful.
Feingold, Chi Chan. Those 2 guys are coming out.
that's great.
They're gonna be doing some Cajun inspired Asian food probably, which is
Cajun
amazing.
Asian.
Cajun
I
Asian.
love that.
I'm thinking crawfish dumplings. I'm hoping crawfish dumplings.
Yes,
That's,
Dumpling anything.
that'd be amazing.
I mean, sounds
Yeah.
delicious.
We have Papa's Tapas is in the mix. They're
Oh,
great.
gonna be doing some cool stuff. Death by Pizza.
Death by
They're
Pizza,
coming too.
Dada and
Dada.
Subculture.
Subculture group. Yeah.
We've got
Myself.
Blake.
I'll be doing several things.
Many
several
things.
Cajun.
As will Deb Dickinson, who is our executive chef for
Mm-hmm.
Space of Mind and CCK. Deb will be making many things.
There's
Mufaladas.
going to be a lot
Yeah.
of food.
A lot
Mufaladas,
of
king
food.
cake.
We also have Billy Himmelrich,
Oh,
who
great.
from Old School Bakery, who is also one of our board members. He's going to be cooking up a storm that night and providing all the bread and
Oh my God.
all the tasty goodness from their
Their
bakery.
bread always smells so good.
I mean, it's so good.
Oh, that's
Yes.
going to be great. There's
Yeah.
we have some great chefs.
So many
This is gonna
chefs.
be-
It's going to be an incredible night.
The
Oh,
whole
Delicious
9 yards.
Spoonfuls came on yesterday. They're going to do the ice cream bar with, and Deb's got a Bananas Foster station.
Ooh,
So
So
that's going to be great. And
delicious. Making me
um,
hungry.
yeah. And so we're really excited. There's one of the things that is really cool is the food is all over the building. So it's a chance to every room you go in, there's going to be different dishes. And it's a chance for everybody to get to experience a little bit. You know, we've got a music studio in here. We've got a digital media studio, an engineering workshop, a science classroom, an art studio. A gym. So every room you go in, there'll be something to eat, something to see, something to inspire you.
That's awesome. So so people can kind of mosey around, mingle, meet people, eat, drink, be merry, enjoy themselves, listen to music, entertainment.
And then get a little hangover bag to go from Bodega Delray is doing the little hangover bags. So we've got a little treat for everyone to take with them. It's a really fun night. You know, last year, a lot of people said this, and I'm not just, bragging because it was our event, but that it was like the party of the year because it's something different. This is a really different venue, and it's a really cool vibe, and we're really excited to bring together a lot of new people, right? So it's going to be fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. So tickets include all your food and drink.
Everything,
There'll be entertainment, raffles, just so much fun.
Yeah.
What's the website? Where can people go to find?
So they can go to
Space of Mind.
Space of Mind. They can. It's findspaceofmind.com. They can go to yourccp.org.
Okay.
And that's probably the easiest way to get there. And you can maybe put up the URL.
I'll put up the link, and then also you can follow on social media.
Yeah.
At Space of Mind, or is it Find?
And a community classroom
project, and that will also have any updates and details, and it's gonna be super fun. I'm excited. I wasn't able to make it last year, so I was bummed about that, but really excited to come this year.
Yeah, we're really stoked.
Can't wait.
It's a fun night.
So January 20th, I better see all of you there. All of Delray Beach better be here.
Yes, absolutely.
It'll be a great time.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for coming on and talking about the event and telling me more about the Community Classroom Kitchen. Congratulations on getting to the very end, and can't wait to see what kind of programming comes out and come take cooking classes.
Absolutely.
Participate in some of these dinners and events that are going to go on here. So that website again was yourccp.org, and that's where people will be able to find information about the events that will, the programming that will start, whenever that starts. Great. Well, thank you again. Thank you all for coming and listening and joining us for another episode of Take a Bite Out of South Florida. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review on all of your favorite podcast platforms, and I will see you next time.